Welcome back, humans! It's Saturday, and I'm back with another end of the week vent session. And before I get started, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'd appreciate it if you could turn on that notification button so you don't miss an episode when we drop one. And I drop one every Wednesday and Saturday. And with that said, let's get on with it. Man, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. 'Cause a lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff happened during the week. A lot of stuff's been happening like every day. You don't even get a break. Like, there's nothing, like, once you hear one thing and you start to freak out and talk about it all over the place and it spreads, spreads worldwide and gets viral or whatever, another one pops up, not even if it wasn't the same day, pretty much the next morning. You know what I'm saying? Or you woke up to it in the middle of the night. It's like a different time zone. Some more drama just popped off. It's just drama, drama, drama. That's why I was thinking that's a pretty accurate description when they say it's the spin generation, because you don't have time to even like deal with one situation, regardless if it was positive or negative. It's just like bing, 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 bing. Here's this. You know what I'm saying? Like if you become a famous musician, you get hit the charts, and all of a sudden you're touring everywhere. Got to play here, got to be on this show, got to be on this show, got to be on this show, got to be here, got to be there, got to be there. You know what I'm saying? Everything. It's got to be crazy. So it's probably it's a lot of stuff happening all the time, getting pulled away from all the directions. So anyways, Super Bowl, like I said, just happened. We talked about it. It was an awesome game. Some people hated the game. Commercials, was, 50-50 and whatever. There was a streaker, all that crazy stuff was going on. And then there was like, a lot of, the game was over. They did their celebration parade and all that stuff. And everybody was making a big deal. It went all over the media, seeing Brady drunk. He was incapacitated of some sort, whether it was from drinking or whatever he was, but he looked like he was hammered or some sort. He needed assistance, So he was like, they got him on video and they show him walking off, getting it helped, with his buddies, and he's just super smiling from ear to ear. And, so, like I said, people were making a big deal about it or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? He just won his 7th Super Bowl. He has like more Super Bowls than like whole teams, like franchises ever, and he's got like that many by himself. Well, I mean, not by himself, from the teams that he's been on, but I mean, damn, but that quarterback has 7 rings. So they show him partying, and on this big boats, they got these boats out there, and they're all partying on the water, and they show them throw the Super Bowl trophy. A lot of people got nervous, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, because everybody looked like they were partying. Like I said, they looked like they were partying hard, and they grabbed the Lombardi trophy. And they fucking and Brady tosses it over to the next boat, and those guys catch it. And from what I've been hearing, that trophy's pretty heavy, man. And if, you don't catch it right, that shit's going to blast you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a tooth out, or you would definitely need probably some sutures. You know what I'm saying? You might have to go to an ER or some kind of fucking visit if you don't catch that thing. And good thing those guys, that's their job. Those big guys fucking caught it like it was nothing. But, I mean, it could have got ugly. Brady could have been like, and then took fucking somebody's tooth out or something. Or maybe broke somebody's nose or something. Who knows? But he caught it. And some people are saying, like, they should change the trophy's name now from the Lombardi trophy to Brady trophy. I'm like, come on, man, it's a little too crazy. They're already trying to destroy, like, a lot of traditions as it is. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm not with all that. But something did catch me a little off guard on something I did not expect. I did not expect this shit to be, but I guess I didn't expect it, but I'm also not surprised. The trolls came out. You know what I'm saying? The trolls came out, and they started jumping on the social medias, and these guys was trolling hard. And they jumped on, I don't know if it was Brady's Twitter by himself or whose it was, or like ESPN's, I forget whose it was, but somebody started jumping. These trolls started trolling, and they said that Tom Brady was racist, was a racist for beating a black man on Black History Month, at the Super Bowl on Black History Month. So that was going down on the news, and I was like, come on, man. What the hell, humans? Some of them humans are messed up. I mean, you got to be that bored. Or maybe that's their job, to go and to be the troll. You know what I'm saying? Their job was like like under the bridge company. You know what I'm saying? That because all the trolls was always under the bridge. So the under the bridge company hires all these trolls to go out here on the internet and go start all this crazy shit. And then it was like the one person, and then you started seeing like these other accounts, and they don't even look like real accounts. Like I said, they look like dummy accounts or something because they're trolls. You know what I mean? But that shit was hilarious, man. Tom Brady is racist for being a black man in the Super Bowl on Black History Month. Some people are dumb. I don't have a degree. You know what I'm saying? I have a high school education. You know what I'm saying? But some people are dumb. And I think I reserve the right to state that. I do dumb stuff. Okay, first of all. Like I said, I'm no genius, no rocket science. I do dumb shit. I do dumb stuff all the time. But I still reserve the right to say people are dumb. I happen to be people. We do dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Goodness gracious, do people do dumb stuff. Like from the woman that they showed on social media, she went viral. You know, she couldn't figure out what side the gas tank was on her car, and she pulled into the pump. She got out, got all confused, and didn't understand why the pump wasn't on the right side of the car or whatever. So she got in her car and drove around, like literally around to the other side where the car was still on the same side of the gas pump, and got out and was all confused. And this guy's filming her. And some of them videos where they're filming like people doing funny shit, not necessarily dumb shit, but I mean just being hilarious. The person filming the video makes me laugh so hard when they're trying to like be quiet, but they're laughing. You know what I'm saying? Where it sounds like they're doing that Morse code like laugh, and they're like, or they're just like there's little squeals coming out, man, or shit, because they're trying to be quiet and film some funny stuff. That's what was happening there, and so she's that's I just think it's hilarious. She just went around trying to figure out what side to figure out why her car couldn't get on the right side of the gas pump, and it was pretty entertaining if you haven't seen it, but it's pretty old by now. And also brings me to something that I'm sure everybody's already heard of by now. People are dumb. I have no sympathy when you do the dumb stuff because I do dumb stuff myself, and there's nobody to be like, oh, poor baby. So, you're dumb for this, and you should read labels before putting Gorilla Glue in your damn hair. Why? Why? No, just kidding. That's what I want to know. Why the hell would you not read the label? You know what I'm saying? And she's on her video saying she ran out of her hairspray. And so she went and grabbed it. I mean, couldn't you read that it says, what it does? It's your skin, and as soon as you hit contact, like it's like a crazy glue. It's glue. First of all, it's glue. Okay? Second of all, it's crazy glue. And not only crazy glue, it's like supposedly this like new, technologically breakthrough of crazy glue, and that's why it's called Gorilla Glue. They even got their own duct tape. You know what I'm saying? Shit's waterproof. So the glue's going to be strong. It even says you activate it on a wet surface. Like the water even activates it. So if you even tried to wash it off, it probably even got worse. You probably made it even seal the deal. You know what I'm saying? Because the reason I know this is because I read the label. And I would never put it in my hair. If I needed hair gel, and I didn't have hair gel, that was a hat day. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't put product in here, I'm like probably 4 to 5 inches taller right now. My curls would just poof out. It's just like a big, you know what I'm saying? Like the microphone head. You know what I'm saying? It was just like poof. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? I gotta weigh it down with something. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't got nothing, I ain't putting no Gorilla Glue in my hair. I'm sorry. I read the labels. You know what I'm saying? I'll just wear a hat. It'll be a hat day. It'll be a hat day for this guy. That's all I'm saying. And it ain't all I'm saying. I'm saying people are dumb. People are dumb. Like I said, I'm people. I do it. I do dumb things. I've done many dumb things. I've gotten things ready out of the kitchen that don't belong in the refrigerator and literally put them in the refrigerator, like a box of cereal or something. Or grab the milk and get me a glass of milk or something like that, or put some milk in my cereal and go put it in the cupboard instead of the fridge. Because I do dumb things too. I just think it's crazy, man. So yeah, these trolls were out there, and I thought it bothered me saying that, I like back to this Brady thing about him being racist, beating a black man. That's why I said people are dumb. People are reaching, doing all these dumb things. But you know what? Also, people are dumb because we're falling. So there's a lot of big group of people who fall for it. We fall for it, gobble it up. We read every bit by bit. I do. Myself. I don't know. I know I do. And I know a lot of other people do. Because we're dumb. Sometimes humans are doing a lot of dumb things lately. I don't know why. And like I said, so these guys were trying to mess around with this stupid shit over the Super Bowl, and I thought it was pretty funny. And I just think it's kind of crazy, and it's getting a little, I don't know, it's not like scary or nothing, but it's a little nerve-wracking. Like, it's getting old now. Like, I'm just getting over this shit because they just keep on adding more fire to the flame, or more gas to the flame, whatever, about these people trying to cancel everything. They want to cancel all these things, and it don't matter, like, what you say. Like, it don't matter what you say or what you do. They're just trying to cancel everything. Like, my man just won all these Super Bowls, and now they're, like, trying to bring a reason to cancel him. You know what I'm saying? Like, now here's a reason to cancel his ass. You can't never say nothing. And it's getting worse and worse. Like, with the social medias, the FB. I don't even like saying their name right now because they, like, censor everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. It's kind of, what is freedom of speech? You know what I'm saying? When I was talking about an episode before about being able to see the freedom. You know what I'm saying? Now we're actually, like, are we looking at freedom right now? Like, are we free? I really want to think about that because to me, I feel like we're not, and I don't like it. It's kind of uncomfortable. It's a little disorienting. It's almost like you can see the freedom just in the distance because it's like getting farther away. Like the hallway's elongating. You know what I'm saying? Like on a weekly basis. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get those like quarterly things on the monthly quarterlies, the hallway is significantly wider and significantly farther away. You know what I'm saying? So to the door. So it feels like I'm starting to see the freedom instead of experiencing the freedom. Instead of being inside the door where the freedom is, I feel like we're just looking at the freedom door. And sometimes, like, you get a little freedom time, and then you got to get outside of it. You got to go back outside now. Time's up. It was like a recess. We got like a recess of freedom now. Just like when we was kids and we had recess in school, now it's freedom recess. They give us little recess, little break time for some freedom. And that's what I think is crazy right now. I think it's like, because y'all are trying to cancel everything. You know what I'm saying? You say anything wrong, you're canceled. You know what I'm saying? You say something or look wrong, or maybe you gave it a wrong look on somebody's reaction to something. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said something all little whatever, and you was like, pfft. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's changing, and I don't like the change. Got to deal with it, but I don't like it. I don't like it, humans. I don't know about you, but I don't like it. I just don't like it. So, I'm like a big fan of Mike Tyson. Like I said, I've spoke of him from his boxing career to even his new podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like his new podcast. It's called Hot Boxing. Except nowadays, it's a little different. If anybody out there watches his podcast, it's a little different right now because it seems like he's got a whole different guy with him, a new partner. He's got a new studio set. You know what I'm saying? But, he's still there, and he's eating a lot of mushrooms. A lot of mushrooms, that's for sure. And, excuse me. And he doesn't have a same partner, Eben. Eben was a big guy, former NFL player, and a real good friend of his, and they started it together. I think he's a one of the co-founders of that podcast. And as of recently, they've been doing these new episodes, and he hasn't been there. And if you guys, like I said, watch the show, he's the big guy with the real deep voice. And he'd be like, Mike, let's get deeper into this topic. You know what I'm saying? And that was my Eben impression. But shout out to you, Eben, man. I'm a big fan. Like, I never really knew too much. I never really knew too much about him outside of just seeing that I found out he played football. You know what I'm saying? And I watched a lot of football, but I never really, you know, separated the two. You know what I mean? So he's a retired player now, and those guys started a podcast, and it was a really great show. I liked it. Those guys talked a lot of things, and a lot of the guests. What was cool about the show was like a lot of guests go on there, and they open up. They open up and get real in depth with each other, and and Tyson kind of spits his knowledge while he's getting super high. Like he gets super high during the show for one, and so that's all pretty entertaining as it is too. My man will just be smoking like 100 joints. It looks like in an hour. It seems I don't know. Or if it's like the same one that lasts that whole time. I don't know, man. But it seems like he's always got a joint in his hand. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be talking to these guests, former fighters, athletes, triathletes, just guys who've done other, guys who've climbed like Mount Everest, and authors and actors. And it's got everybody that came through there. A lot of good variety of everybody came through that hotboxing, show. But like I said, man, so this new episode's come on, and now they had this other guy on there who I recognize him. I forget his name, but yeah, I've seen him in movies and stuff. And he was like a funny guy in some comedies that I've seen and some other TV shows. But it's just not the same without him. And so recently I saw a video where Eben, I guess, was talking about the whole situation between him and Mike Tyson. And he was saying that the business got in the way. And that's kind of crazy, It's kind of scary for some people, starting like myself. I'm new, and sometimes like maybe if I reach a level of a higher level of this stuff, where more business parts get involved, and I mean that could be something, something to think about. You know what I mean? Or like something to learn about. And so, anyways, he's saying that the business got in the way. He wouldn't really get into like specifics, and but I'm thinking maybe it was money or something like that, and so. He was saying hinting at little things like you can't do the show for free, and I'm one of the co-founders of the show, and he loves Mike Tyson and all these things and all the stuff they shared together and been through together, and he really wants to be back with them, but there's a business side of things where I guess maybe it wasn't the right deal for him. You know what I mean? Where he said the words of you don't want to work for free. It kind of bums me out, like I said, because I'm just, like I said, I'm a big fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a big fan of the show. I like Tyson. Like I said, lately, Tyson's been eating a lot of mushrooms. Like he was on some, I seen him on a show and he was eating mushrooms. Then I started watching his new episodes and he's like eating a lot of mushrooms. Like he had Bill Burr on there recently, and Bill Burr kept, talking more to the other guy, the host, sometimes because Tyson would kind of say some out of the way out there kind of comments, and Bill Burr didn't really know how to react, so he would just kind of, Bill Burr did it so smooth. Like, they were all smoking cigars and shit like that, and, like, every time he got a little nervous of something that Tyson would say, he would just kind of lean over on that left shoulder and just start talking to the other guy, like, without even breaking a sentence, like, the whole in mid topic, you know what I mean? It was just really smooth the way he transitioned like that, like, and then Tyson would just stare, like, and he didn't offend him either, no way. It was pretty smooth. He handled it pretty good, and he kept asking him sometimes when he would ask questions like, "Was that the shrooms talking?" Things like that. And Tyson's laugh is hilarious. But yeah, he's been eating a lot of mushrooms. That's all I know lately. He's been, just gobbling them up. If you guys get a chance to see, holy cow! He just like throws like handfuls and handfuls of those things, like it's like Tic Tacs or something. Maybe not Tic Tacs, because I don't ever see anybody eating I don't see nobody out there like eating like a handful of Tic Tacs. If I do, I'm sure there is somebody out there, but there ain't that many in a pack anyway. It ain't like you get a whole bag of Tic Tacs. But I never seen nobody eat a whole handful either. Maybe like a handful of chips, like the way you eat like a handful of chips or popcorn. This dude was just throwing them shrooms, like in his mouth. He was just consuming mass quantities of psilocybin. If you got to get technical with it, the psilocybin mushroom. But yeah, man, it was kind of bothering me about that. And another thing, like I said, about coming up. I mean, speaking of boxers and stuff like that, Canelo's got a fight coming up, and kind of excited, like I said, because I think it's going to be like a little easy, like um, I would say it's going to be like probably an easy fight for Canelo coming up, and it's probably going to be like a highlight, like a knockout highlight. I think, in my opinion, I think it's going to be a knockout highlight. He's fighting this guy like I really never heard of. I haven't heard of him till they brought up one of the fights where they said he lost, because I watched the fighter that beat him. You know what I'm saying? So he's fighting this guy. His name is his last name is Yildirim Canelo, and Canelo's fighting this guy from Turkey. His name is Yildirim. Let me see if I can find his first name on here. Avni Yildirim. So he's a 29-year-old from Turkey, and I guess he's got 2 losses. I don't really see what his whole career is right here, but so they say his only 2 losses were from some guy that I don't ever heard of here, but the one guy I did see, and I did actually see this fight, he got knocked out by Chris Eubanks Jr. And Chris Eubanks Jr. is really good. And that was like almost maybe 3 years ago or something like that, 2 or 3 years ago, and he got knocked way out. You know, so that was a good fight. Anyways, he's gonna be fighting Canelo, and so you know Canelo's the man. My man's got some power. He just fought that one guy Smith. What was his name? Something Smith, and he was like a heavier weight, and that was a big guy. And Canelo, started pounding my man for a while for the whole 12 rounds and won a belt, or claimed a belt, claimed a WBA, I think, and that was like in December, and that was a good ass fight. So these guys are both gonna fight each other, and I don't even know what day the fight is. Let me see if I can see the fight date on here. Oh, February 27th. So it's going to be next Saturday, next week, or 2 weeks from now. It'll be at the end of February. Nice. So that'll be the last Saturday of the month, and it's going to be a good fight. I did like, in my opinion. I think Canelo's going to knock my man out too. I don't think this is going to be a fast fight. I think it's going to be a fast fight unless Canelo tries to do like maybe the Mayweather style and feel my man out. Or is he just going to drop bombs on him right away? Because my man's probably going to try to trade with him, too, to maybe try to show he's got something to prove. Or who knows? Maybe he might want to try to light it up real quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just don't know. But I still feel like Canelo's going to knock my man out. Because, like I said, when I saw Eubanks, Chris Eubank, I always put an S at his name. It's actually like Eubank. It's Chris Eubank Jr. And I always say Eubanks. I don't know why. No offense, man. I always do it. All right? Deal with it. I'm just kidding. So, yeah, they're going to be fighting. But when I saw, like I said, I saw him fight Chris Eubank Jr., I want to say it was like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. My man got beat down. You know what I'm saying? He got beat down to Chinatown. So, and Adrian Broner's making a comeback. And he's fighting on... That's next Saturday. Yeah, he's fighting next Saturday. He's fighting some guy, Giovanni Santiago. And I'm a big fan of Broner, man. It just sucks. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Like I said, I'm not there with the guy or anything or any of these fighters, and so I just have this like opinion from what I see. And now with these social medias, it sees what you're doing, and if you're not training hard or you're not committing to the sport, like some of the great ones do, you can why they're gonna lose their next fight, or you see why they lost that fight. You know what I mean? But he was one of the guys. Like I said, I'm a fan of him. I just feel like he doesn't. I feel like sometimes he doesn't take his training, all the way, or he doesn't do anything different. Like he just stays exactly the same. Like there's no like development of more footwork and things like that. And somebody yelled at it one day, like he's got to throw more punches. Maybe it's the opponent is why that happens. Sometimes an opponent will make you more defensive. But he's gonna fight this guy. This guy's only like, he says his record's like 14-0-1 with 10 knockouts. And maybe they says the biggest name on this guy's record was DeMarcus Corley. And this will be this guy's first fight in the United States. And if you ask me, I think that Broner should win this fight. If he doesn't, or if he looks ugly, I don't know how many more opportunities he'll get because his last few fights, he didn't show up. Seems like, he fought a little okay in the Pacquiao fight. He did okay in the Pacquiao fight, but the fight before, I think against Garcia, seemed like he didn't he lacked the action in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Seems like he was lacking the offensive action like he usually is known for. He was more on the backpedaling, defensive mode, more against Garcia. But then when he went against Pacquiao, he showed spurts of offense. He was doing some things here and there. He pulled off some rounds. Just Pacquiao got the more of them, in my opinion, and won the fight, which the judges thought the same. And then, like I said about this guy here, we'll see. You see what happens. They're talking about Pacquiao's next fight. There's so many names going around. They said he was going to fight Ryan Garcia, which I thought would have been a bad choice, whoever his promoted team was, because Pacquiao's still got some skill, man, and Garcia's still got to develop some shit. I know you want to get him a big payday, but don't do it against Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Don't be dumb. Because, my man, don't be dumb, humans. I talk about them dumb moves. That would have been dumb for his career. Because they want him to fight Tank Davis, who's undefeated also, which will be a big money fight because they're both in their prime. They're both some young bulls, and they got this media hype with their social medias, and they're fucking friends with YouTubers and those the influencers, those Paul brothers. Ryan is, and so he got some more fans from that too. So it's like he's crossing platforms from his outreach of fans. So that will be a really big fight, him and Tank Davis. I mean, there's no denying that that's going to be a good fight. Same with Lopez when, Teofimo has to do his mandatory fight or whatever, and then he can fight one of these guys, or maybe hopefully if they don't duck him, you know what I mean. And so, anyways, so they want possibly they were talking about him fighting Pacquiao, but I thought he's not really. I don't think he really's got it good enough to fight him. So they decided to cancel that fight, which I thought was a smart move. Because I think he would have had a loss from Pacquiao, and it would have probably took all the steam away from him in the Davis fight. The Davis fight and him, that fight would have been dead in the water if he lost to Pacquiao. And business-wise, I'm sure that's the way they were thinking, not entertainment-wise. I would have liked to see it because I know Pacquiao would have beat the kid up. The kid's got power to knock him out and shit like that, but the way he was all flat-footed and that one boxer dropped him, there's no way, because even Tank Davis would put him to sleep with that flat-footedness. So it was a smart move on those guys' part to cancel the Pacquiao fight and give him something else. Maybe give him a tune-up. Maybe give him a tune-up fight, with a small no-name or maybe a smaller name fighter, and then call out the Davis fight. And Davis should do the same thing. Do a tune-up fight. They should both do a tune-up, and then fight each other. It'd be a great fight. Devin Haney's trying to get into the mix with all these guys. Like I said, he's a great fighter. Floyd's been really taking him under his wing, which I'd like to see. I feel like Floyd's got a really good knowledge of the game. So it's just really cool to see him training. I hope he keeps keeps pursuing that part, because I'm anxious to see if he can, make a champion one of the greats and make a next great one with him in a corner. It'd be kind of cool. But because of how great he was in the ring, and if he can keep the great fighters in the corner, that'd be kind of cool the way his dad did too. His dad became the trainer and all that kind of stuff. I think it'd be neat. But yeah, so they're all trying to get in a mix of these fights. But I just thought it was a smarter move for them to push the Pacquiao fight, because I thought it would have took a lot of steam away. I think it would have took a lot of steam away from that fight if he had a loss before Davis got a loss. So that show I've been watching recently, Resident Alien, I'm really enjoying it. I bring it up all the time. It's been getting great reviews, which I just wanted to give you an update on that. It is getting good reviews, so I'm hoping the seasons are going to get picked up. It's like 3 seasons in, or 3 episodes in on the first season, and it comes on Wednesdays, so you guys got to check it out. If I recommend it, if you're into it's on Sci-Fi, so if you're into those kind of shows, it's pretty fun. It's got a great, really good comedy too, man. Like I said, it's a great lineup. And so, anyways, I was looking around, and I thought I would find, I'm from Michigan, so I thought I would share some interesting stories, or like folk tales from the places, from the place I live in Michigan. So I looked around at some of these historical things. Like I found some articles here, and I found these 7 stories that you would never believe to happen in Michigan. So one of them happened actually went like down the street from me, which is pretty creepy. I wonder what it was for. If it was like a creepy cult, but I don't know. I'm gonna get to it. So I have 7 stories that you may or may not believe that happened in the state of Michigan. Let's get ready, humans. All right. So in Milford, Michigan, a man took a licking. There was a fight between, I guess, a domestic fight, a domestic dispute from a couple, I guess. So a man decided they were arguing over the storage of wood chips. So they didn't like where they were storing these wood chips or something. They're probably going to mold. He's an old guy. Like, you're going to mold if you put him there, son. You're young. You don't know what you're doing. So he's yelling at this young kid. The kid was only 27, young man. And apparently, the old guy grabbed the kid, because I guess he's dating the kid's mom. They're not even married or something. He grabs this young kid and apparently overpowered the kid so much where he licked the kid's face. He licked his face. And they say he licked from his chin all the way to his nose. Now, that's like old school disciplining type shit. I mean, that's a person that's been around when that stuff was allowed. Like, go get a switch and type shit. You don't mess with them kind of people. Like I said, you can't mess with people that was around in those old times and expect them to just easily comply with the sensitivity time that we are in now. And my man just flipped the switch and grabbed the lady's kid and licked him from his chin to his nose. Oh, my goodness. Only in Michigan, people. Maybe. No, I don't know. I read some crazy stories about people from other places too, but this one's here, and we'll claim it. I'll claim it. But that was pretty funny. So I guess the kid was trying to get him press charges, and he wanted the police officer to charge him for assault and battery. He felt that that was a form of assault and battery. Man, I don't know if it was assault and battery. But it might have been an assault. But it was a funny-ass assault. You got licked. You got the Gene Simmons. You got Gene Simmons up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, you went and jabbered your mouth to an adult, a grown-ass old man, old school man, and he licked you up. Damn. He got your little ass. No, I'm just kidding. So, I don't know about you. I guess the couple still stayed together. They didn't break up over this after her son got licked. And this was pre-lockdowns and stuff like that. Apparently. I believe it is. Because if not, he should have got charged with whatever's going around and everything like that. And I bet you, apparently they stayed together. The couple's still together. And the son lives with them. And I'm sure these, the Memorial Day picnics will be fun. We'll see what happens on the holidays. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. This is the one I said that happened close to me. And I don't know if it was some weird cult shit. I don't know. But we'll see. Someone slipped into this park, which is called Elizabeth Park. And they snipped about 2 feet of hair from the tails of these little ponies. And they're part of an attraction over there. They have there's like ducks and and geese all over the park, and you can like feed them and shit. There's like a pier, you can fish. There's all kinds of stuff. People go out on their boats and do all kinds of stuff over there, and on land, there's like a concession stand. You can get some food, picnic and grill, and then they got little for the little kids. It's like little pony rides. They got little ponies, and these little ponies, I guess, got these super long tails and long manes, and somebody went and cut two feet off these little ponies. That's messed up. I guess they weren't injured, but it said it would take over a year for them tails to go back to that length. Y'all are messed up. Maybe they were like looking for a wig, making a home wig with pony hair. I don't know if it's good enough hair. Y'all have to let me know. But apparently, it's only like I guess if they did it for money, they said the pony hair isn't worth much on the market. Like if they were trying to sell it. But if they were supposed to, if they did get in trouble, they're facing some serious charges, I guess. They can use a $5,000 fine up to a $20,000 fine. So whoever out there stole the pony shit, your cult could get in trouble. Like some creepy cult shit was going down. It was a cult shit happening. And they needed the pony hair. There was them, what do they call the people that like the My Little Ponies? I forget what they're called. I don't got nothing against them. I just forget what it's called. But what if it was like do you guys have a cult? Like, is there a secret cult, like, in high levels of that category? I forget what the hell it's called. Whatever it is. But there must be some creepy going on where it needed some pony hairs. Pony hairs. That's a funny word. Pony hairs. But anyways, y'all are dumb for whatever you needed it for. No, I'm just kidding. If it was for like like I said, I don't know what the hell it is for. Like I said, it could be some weird cult shit. And they're going to do like a love spell on the ponies. Who knows? All right, here's another one. Apparently this person lost their house. This was way off from the word I was supposed to say. Like, let me just say that right now. The word was supposed to be dog. And I don't know why I said house. I don't even know where house would even came from. See, humans, I do dumb shit too. So we all do dumb stuff. I'm a dumb human. Or whatever. Maybe not all the way dumb. But whatever. I was supposed to say dog and said house. So that should say it all. So somebody lost their dog. And I almost did it again. I almost said house again after just calling myself out. Come on, man. All right. So somebody lost their dog. The dog's been missing for a long time. They checked all the kennels. They were checking all the shelters. You know what I'm saying? Looking everywhere, putting ads out. And they gave up until one time they got a response. And they ended up finding their dog in Florida. Apparently, 2 young teenagers spotted a young dog, while they were hanging out by a gas station or something. And there was these people at the gas station. And they gave it to an old gentleman. And that guy must have lived in Florida. And he gave them the dog. He took the dog back home with him. And that's kind of weird. I've heard a lot of stories about like things like weird like that, where people have moved or went on vacation and their dog just goes and tries to find them and seeks them out. And they got them great sense of their nose, you know what I'm saying? They can find their homeowners. And that's pretty wild. I remember a friend of mine, they had a collie, like a real pretty collie dog, like Lassie, so they had a real pretty one, but it was like a dark black Lassie. Like she was black with like maybe that buckskin like on the bottom part. Like it was a real pretty dog. And real smart too. Like their pets too were like my buddy was like their pets, like every pet that they had like multiple dogs and stuff like that. They were like crazy smart. These guys would like have them do like synchronized swimming if they probably had a pool. You know what I'm saying? These things could do everything. They would train them do all the kinds of stuff, man. So they're already trained, and they had fun. They love doing that stuff. So they all went to Cedar Point, I guess, and they had somebody look after the dogs. Well, one of the neighbors. So I guess when they were looking after the dogs, the black collie, she got loose and went looking for them. And they came back to Cedar Point, and somebody had claimed from her tag they found her in Ohio. So she like went all the way to Ohio looking for them, and made it to Ohio by the time they got back from Cedar Point and did the whole roller coaster thing and had a blast. And then they had to go back to Ohio to go get their dog. And I was like, wow, man, that dog went and tracked them down all the way there. That was some awesome shit. That was cool, man. I mean, scary. I'm glad their dog, and the dog survived. They brought her home and got home and everything was okay. But I was like, wow, she put some miles in, man. I wonder if she got water or anything like that, or got to eat, or she hunted or something. I don't know, man. But from Michigan to Ohio, and they found her in Ohio, like she was like a little bit past the border, man. And she had the scent of them all the way there. That is just wild. That is amazing. And that is amazing. Like I just said, you know what I'm saying? Like science can bite it when it comes to that kind of stuff. That's like just natural, built into them naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to build that. Try to copy that, man. That is just amazing. And I hear a lot of them stories all the time, how people have did this and that. I've heard people, like, connected to their pets where the pets knew something was wrong with them, and they weren't in their homes, and they were away from home, and the dog would, like, tear up the house and go something, something almost something almost tragic almost happened to their owners. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. And it's nuts, man. Like, we got a little one of them with little wiener dogs, and she's like she likes to bark at everything. Like, that's not, you can hear her sometimes on some of these episodes. That little dog will bark. I mean, she likes to just make some noise. You know what I'm saying? She brings it. She looks like a little bagpipe. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, she's a little firecracker. She likes to bark like crazy. But sometimes you be chilling, and she will like just pick her head up out of nowhere, and we're like, what? It'll be like dead silent. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll have some scary movie on. We'll have like in movie mode. The house will be quiet, and the movie will be just like them scenes. And that dog, like, we'll have surround sound on, and she'll just pop her head up, mid explosion in the movie, and we're like, what the hell is it? The TV she's just tripping on? And there'll be for real people walking by. And she just knows it. So like I said, it's just cool how they can just sense all that stuff, man. Because like I said, our movie, our popcorn popping, none of that smell distracted her. She just knew something was coming. That's like that instinct. I just think that's crazy. You hear all them crazy stories. But in another crazy story from Michigan, the city of Birmingham. In Birmingham, hello all you Birminghamians. No, I'm just kidding. The housing market is so competitive. A real estate brokerage president said that the recent chamber event that a prospect buyer at an open house barricaded himself in the home and would not leave until he was told the seller actually looked at his offer. So he locked himself down in his house, held the house hostage, and he ain't coming out till this dude tells me he looked at my offer. Man, that guy's trying to get that commission. He's on a mission for that commission, in my opinion. Like, he was just going for it. And, man, dude, he was trying to get it. But only here in Michigan would you hear about something like weird like that happening. My man wants that sale so bad, he's going to get it. That's why I feel like, you hear about all those weird, like, UFOs and all that stuff like that. There was a big run here in Michigan, too, I think back in the 60s. There was like a bunch of, like, UFO reports all over the place in Michigan. And, but it was like back in the 60s. And there was some here now recently, and like there's a bunch from the 90s and 2000s and 2020s and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there was a big one in the 60s, that we hear all that weird shit going on. But this guy, apparently, you wonder how it was going to work out. Like, did he make the deal? Did he not make the deal? Did he sell the house? How'd it go? Well, the guy looked at his offer, and the offer was rejected. Only in Michigan. At least that's what I'm saying. I'm making that claim. So, here's a little story from our airports. Our airports are pretty crazy. Everybody's airports are crazy, and we got, a big airport. But a mom and her 7-month-old son were passing through security at our Detroit Metro Airport. And when they were pulled from the line and detained and they were subjugated for vigorous searches, including chemical treatment of the boy because of the boy's trinkets included special code which alerted security to the airline personnel. The code SSS tells them that the passenger has been listed on a government terrorist screening database, commonly known as the watch list. Y'all better look at your tickets. You see that on there, I don't even know. Whoa. A 7-month-old was on a terrorist list? So it designates more than 1.5 million people, mostly Americans, as suspected or known terrorists. So the woman's ticket had no such code. Her son's did. The 7-month-old baby's ticket had the code for terrorist people. A 7-month-old. The United States government designated this tiny boy just beginning to crawl, known or suspected terrorist. And they filed a lawsuit, I guess. And I guess they, like I said, they treated the kid really rough. They were really rough for their little kid. And they were flipping him around the fucking airport around, and they were like separating him from the mom, and there was all kinds of crazy stuff going on. That was weird. That's crazy. But I guess she won her little lawsuit too, but that's a little nuts, man. Little kid was a known terrorist. I don't know what you think, but I ain't buying it. So, I want to bring it back to sports here for a second. I'm going to end this with a little sports topic. So, my opinion, man, I feel like the NBA is in a little bit of trouble. I feel like they're in trouble. And the reason is, I mean, I don't know if anybody might agree with me, but I feel like they're kind of in trouble, and I see a little danger in their future. I think everybody kind of got a little weirded out with when they over politicized it, or whenever everybody politicized it though. Every sport had to do what they had to do, but for some reason, it seemed like the NBA caught the short end of the stick. In my opinion. Ratings are down. They said the Super Bowl ratings were down. All the sport ratings were down. But NBA was like really low. You got LeBron breaking records and doing all this stuff. But the reason I feel like the league's in trouble, the fact is that I feel like nobody even tries. Like, I feel like they're not. I know they're professional athletes. You guys are great players. You guys wouldn't be in the NBA if you weren't. But I feel like a lot of these guys now have no pressure to win, have no desire to win. They're getting a nice paycheck. They like to be fashion models. They like to wear all the fashion trends and all that cool modern day trend fashion that you see the guys wear, that the most people can't afford, but they look like those, the stuff you would see in the GQ magazines, you know what I'm saying? But it seems like they're more happy just making a paycheck. And the guy that wants to be the superstar, they're okay with him being a superstar. Like, go ahead, you do your thing, LeBron. I'm getting paid still, and I don't care because blah, blah, blah. Like, nobody's really like trying to. Nobody ever gets like physical with the guys. Nobody ever tries to like there's no real rivalries anymore. It don't really seem like there's real rivalries. And it seemed like there was when the Golden State Warriors were going against the Cavs or going against LeBron, and stuff like that. Like, it was like a little bit of rivalry going on. The NBA was getting a little better. But now it seems like it's gone. It seems like these guys are just happy with checks, and they don't care who the superstar is. You could be the superstar. And they're all just getting a nice little salary. And I think the fans are noticing the same thing. And I think that's where I think it's in trouble. Like, I think the game's in trouble. And I'm a fan of basketball, man. I play in men's leagues every year. I play outside. I'm shooting around. I watch them on TV. I like all the street ball. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like that Tristan Jash dude because those guys play actual ball. Not like I like the professor and everything, but I don't know if the professor stuff's like real basketball. Like what that Tristan dude's doing is like real balling, and I thought I respect that and I like that a lot. I mean, just as my opinion. I don't want no offense to nobody or whatever, but my opinion, I like his style better because it's more real basketball. But I love the game, and I just feel like it's in trouble. The fact, and not only just basketball, but a lot of entertainment realms are in trouble because, with this thing that came through and it's got a lot of people restricted and with lockdowns and a lot of crowd restrictions or volume per people restrictions and things like that. It affected a lot of things in entertainment, from like late night shows, are hurting, and podcasting shows and social influencing are on the rise, which I feel feel fortunate to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot, it's a lot of fun doing it. And I just feel like like I said, I feel like the NBA is just hurting because I think people are noticing the lack of desire in the players, or the lack of desire for them to win. And you only see one guy. Like, it looks like LeBron is just like walking to this title. Like, you don't even have to fucking try. Like, this looks like the fucking easiest title run ever. And another prime example why I feel like the NBA is in trouble. You got players like taking games off because they're tired and stuff like that. Like, man, when and I can't, like, I will go back to eras, because there was eras where guys wanted to play all the time. Guys were there max minutes. Guys were out there like just balling out because they wanted to win. They wanted to be on top. They wanted their team to be the champion. They wanted their team to win their division, their conference, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's in trouble because I don't see that in many teams at all. Like, at all. Nobody gives a shit. You got a couple players that are trying to do something, and that's it. And I feel like that's why I feel like the game's in trouble. Just, I feel like it's in trouble. And on that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, hit me with a like and subscription. I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss an episode. I drop one every Wednesday and Saturday. And this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. Till next time, humans. See ya.